Hi everybody, welcome to the makeup chair. Today we are doing this look and it is a look that I wore to a wedding. Some of the girls on Facebook saw it and Claire asked if I would do this look. So I've already done one side completely and I'm going to show you how to do it on the other side. And I've primed my entire face after I applied my moisturiser, and the primer I used is Gosh primer. And the reason why I use a primer is just because it's going to make your makeup last for a lot longer. So we are going to move on to the foundation, and I have two types of foundation here. I have Visible Lift, which is the one that I always use, and I have the Rimmel Match Perfection, which I'm actually going to do a review on. The reason why I'm using two is because you want to get plenty of coverage if it's your wedding or if you're going to a wedding, because your makeup has to stay on for like hours and hours. And I used two types of foundation, but I also used a little bit of fake tan, and I use the Gosh primer as well, and even by just applying your foundation over the Gosh primer, it feels really smooth. Blemishes are kind of decreased as well because you're given like a nice even base to apply your concealer and stuff, and it's going to help with lines and wrinkles as well. So we're just moving on to the eyes now, and we are going to first of all take a little bit of a highlighter, and the highlighter I'm going to be using is the Rubber Daily one by Tesco's, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this just underneath my brow like that. This is basically like the High Beam by Benefit. I'm just going to work that in, and we're also going to work it underneath the eye. We are going to apply a little bit more later, but we're just going to do this. It's our first initial step. I'm going to be using this Catrice palette, which I've talked about before, if I can actually open it. And I'm going to be using the, see that cream there? It's just a nice light cream. And it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, more of a pearl than a shimmer. And that's going to be really nice to brighten up the eyes. So I'm just using a tiny brush. I'm going to start in the inner corner. Make sure you get a lot in the inner corner. We're just going to start blending it across the lid. Now this is pretty much what I did for that picture, and that entire day, and that picture was taken about 4 in the morning. My makeup was still on. I'm just going to put a little bit onto my ring finger and put it underneath the brow and then just blend it in. So sticking with the same palette and the same brush, we're going to take this colour here. You guys can see that right there. It's still got a little bit of shimmer to it. It's a kind of a bronzy brown, and we're gonna start on the outer edge with this one, and we're gonna just blend it in. And you're only gonna stay on the outer third of the eye, but you are going to blend it into the crease line right in the inner corner like that. Kind of similar to the look that you would do if you're doing a pin-up girl look. That's kind of what I was going for with this. Then you're going to take a fluffy domed brush for blending, and you're going to hold your brush back a little bit down here so you can get a lot more of a blend to this. It's all about blending with this. There's no harsh lines or anything. It's kind of a brown smoky eye. You're blending up towards the brow, but just very lightly. It's all about kind of building up the colours rather than putting too much on at the start. Just build up very slowly with these colours. And now we're going to take the dangerous colour, which is the darkest colour. You don't want to use too much of this because you don't want to start messing up. This is the colour we're going to be using. This is a very dark brown, but it is still a brown, it's not a black. And we're just going to take a little tiny bit onto the edge. Now you can totally mess up with this, so just be very careful and really build it up if you're using a dark colour like this. Just going to tap it off. I'm going to apply it right here, and we are going to slowly blend upwards. So we've got it on now, and we're just going to brush off our brush onto our hand, and then we're going to start to use circle motions to blend it. And this is the reason why I'm doing the foundation after I do the eyes, because I don't want to cause any fallout to kind of mess up our foundation once we have the entire look done. Now sticking with that dark brown, we're going to take a flat brush, which is like a liner brush, and we're just going to put a little bit onto the edge of the brush, and then we're going to start to line the outer edge right by the lash line. You want this line to be quite strong, but at the same time we are going to blend it, so don't worry about making too many mistakes. And you're only coming into about half ways, and you're keeping very close to the lash line, and it's a very thin line. Don't try and go overboard with it. We're going to take a little bit underneath again, because we're not doing the waterline. We are just going to be right at the lash line. We're just going to move on to some mascara, and the mascara I'm using is the double extension one. The reason I'm using this is because it's going to give the lashes like a really thick lash effect, almost like you're wearing fake eyelashes. If you want to, I would suggest wearing fake eyelashes. So if you wear false eyelashes, you don't have to worry about your mascara slipping or anything. So I'm just going to first of all coat in the white, and now we're going to use the black side of it. And remember to really coat, because you have that white on in the first part of it. You want to make sure that you cover all the white. So we're going to apply our second coat of foundation, and we're going to be using the light one still. So I'm just going to put that onto my middle finger, and I'm just going to blend it. And now we're going to use the Color Match one. And I'm just using this one because it's a little bit darker, but it's got a lot of coverage. So just apply a little bit of that. I'm not going to apply this completely all over the face because it's not really needed. I'm just going to apply it to right out here. I'm blending it downwards and up towards the ear. So now we're going to take some highlighter again, and we're going to be using the Barbara Daly one. And we are going to apply a little bit underneath the eye. And it's upward motion. And it's just at the upper part of the cheekbone. And it's just going to help the light to be kind of attached there and just make the whole face look a lot brighter. The reason why I would suggest using a liquid highlighter like this one or the one by Benefit is because if you use something that's a powder based one, they usually have some form of glitter or something, and that just seems to cause a kind of a flash to come out on your face and kind of wash you out. So if it's a liquid highlighter, it tends to give the face more of a natural glow than too much of a highlighter. And now we are going to move on to some bronzer. Bronzer I'm using is the Rimmel one, and that's what it looks like. And we're just going to be using this kind of brush right here. And I'm just going to load up the brush. And then we're just going to place it, by smiling, place it right underneath your cheekbones. And that's just going to thin the face out. You can check the link in the side for how to do makeup for your face shape. Now we're going to move on to using some powder blush, and the blush I'm using is this one. It's this kind of peachy colour, and it's an Art Deco colour, and it's just very summery, very spring bride. And you're just going to apply it to the apple and then blend it. We're going to use our powder just to seal everything. And this is the Rimmel Silk Powder. So I'm just using the same brush the whole time. And you can even go over the top and do everything on top of this, all your powders on top of this. You want to do your bronzer and you want to do your blush again. I would suggest doing that because bronzer and blushes are the first thing to slip during the day. Now I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows, and I'm using a brown pencil to fill it in. And I'm just going to be doing it very lightly. So now we're going to move on to the lips, and I'm first of all going to line my lips with this colour right here. I don't know if it actually has a colour on it, but it's an Art Deco. It's number 19. And I'm just going to line the lips. Now I'm going to be using this. It's a little trick that I do for people who have smaller lips or just to really intensify the look of your lips. And it's by taking a very light pearl colour and placing it in the inner part of the lip. I'm just using this colour lipstick right here, just a nude colour. I'm going to top it with a clear lip gloss onto my brush again. This is what it is. It's kind of this very light nude smoky eye, and it's perfect for a wedding or a special occasion. You can even wear it if you're the bride, bridesmaid. I was just going to the wedding, so this is what I wore. And I'm going to show you some pictures and the dress that I wore, so stick to the end of the video, and I hope you enjoy this look and keep watching.